Hello, everybody. My name is Harold Games, and welcome to episode 2 of NCAA Basketball, College Basketball Imperialism. If you guys missed episode 1, make sure you check it out in the playlist. Both episodes 1 and 2 are going to be out at the same time today. So hopefully you guys check out both. And before I get this episode underway, I got this idea from a wonderful YouTuber named NattyKash. He's a small YouTuber but bigger than me. I watched his videos. His videos are way better than what I'm doing. But basically, the goal is I spin this wheel right here, and that picks up one team, and then what I do is I spin the arrow, and so let's say I land on Texas Tech because Texas Tech gained the most land last episode. Let's say the arrow goes west. They would play New Mexico in this simulation, and if Texas Tech were to win, or if New Mexico were to win, they would gain. Not only would they still have their land, but they would expand onto the other team's land. And what we're going to do is we are going to do this series for every single team, and whoever is last standing will win NCAA Basketball Imperialism. Now, note I found this out in the last episode. Not every team is in this simulator, and not every team is on this wheel. So if we get to the point where teams are not on the wheel but they're on here, what we will do is we will similar to what we did last time. Oop, that is not what I want to do. Okay. Kind of what we did similar to last time. I will take both teams, look up their records, and whoever has the better record will end up winning their land. It's just an alternate of what I decided came up quickly. So yeah, and then each episode will be about an hour long of just imperialism. Last episode it wasn't as long of the imperialism part because I was explaining the rules and stuff. But by now, or next episode, I will not explain the rules. I will get right into it. But yeah, let's get right into this one. So our first team in episode 2 to play is going to be the Kansas State Wildcats. That is another big program. They have a decent chunk of land already, and they have tough teams all around. And it looks like the only teams that they could play are Kansas, Nebraska, and Wichita State. So this is going to be another huge battle for land, especially if they land on Wichita State, and looks like they will. Kansas State is going to be playing against Wichita State for probably the second biggest landmass of the series. Not as big as Texas Tech, but they will be up there. So Kansas State will be the home team, and that's another thing. Whoever the wheel chooses will be considered the home team. And then there's also a button. As I struggle to find K, oh my gosh. Gosh, I feel like an idiot. Here we go. Kansas State and Wichita State. At the bottom, but there is a button. When I find Wichita State, they have to be on here. Wow, they are not on here. Oh, they are on here. Jeez. There's a button called Home Court Advantage, and when that is enabled, I'm assuming the home team gets a better advantage. But we will see. Will Kansas State? They're a really good team this year, and they do win. I was wondering if that was considered Wichita State. So you can see it really wasn't close since the really beginning. But Kansas State will expand, and they will get a decent chunk of land, actually the bigger part of land, than what Wichita State had. So we have two big land masses next to each other now. So this is where it gets really interesting and cool for imperialism, because Now, if Kansas State plays against Texas Tech, that is going to be a battle for a ton of land in imperialism. That's what makes imperialism great, because you could have, not only could you have upsets, but you could have one team do all this work, they get all this land, and all of a sudden one loss and they lose all their work, which is why you do not want to lose if you get a lot of land. And I've also seen Bordeaux, if that's how you pronounce it, play college basketball imperialism. He did it where he would buy the jersey of the winning team. I'm considering something similar, but I'm considering the T-shirts. I'm gonna get rid of part of this Tulsa logo because I don't know how expensive the jerseys are, and I also don't know how reliable websites are for jerseys. So yeah, so we will buy a T-shirt on Amazon of the team that won or that wins imperialism, and then we will probably change it for different things if I can find a. I think this simulator app also does college football, and because I don't have uh, software to record NCAA football, I do have the game, but I don't really have anything recorded. I could do the same thing with football. But look at this landmass. So you have the two biggest land masses next to each other. But we will be getting rid of Wichita State on the wheel if they are on it. Kansas State survives. Wichita State, are you on this wheel? You are. The Shockers are eliminated from the wheel. Next team is going to be Princeton. I know it's supposed to be Princeton. I can't edit it. So Princeton, I don't know exactly where they're at. I think they're in Ivy League, so they're in Northeast. But I just want to. They're in New Jersey. This is gonna be tough to find. Okay, they're near Rutgers. I don't know why I had to look that up. Near Rutgers. It's gonna be in here. You might not be on the map. I don't see them. I see Rutgers, but I do not see Princeton. Does not look like Princeton is on the map, which is interesting. Yeah, looks like we will not have Princeton on the map, so that is a dud. I'm just making sure because I don't want to miss them, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're actually on the map, and then I screwed something up. But it doesn't look like the Princeton is on here, because it'd be a big P. It would be in Jersey, and I don't see anything else around him that is considered Princeton. There is the P over here, but that's not Princeton. So yeah, so Princeton is not on here. I'm very shocked that Princeton is not on here. Very shocked, and I'm looking. I don't see because there's a lot of small logos. I don't see any, and they're not in a new. Wait, hold on. I can't tell what that team is, and that doesn't look like Princeton. Where is Princeton on the map again? They're not that far away from Rutgers. Which this is Rutgers. Yeah, I don't see Princeton. So Princeton, we'll just remove it. Nothing will happen. And that'll happen from time to time. But we have the Northeastern Huskies. It might be them. We do have to look though for Northeastern Huskies. Northeastern. I think that is Northeastern Huskies. They're by Boston. Let's look them up real quick. Make sure. Northeastern Huskies. Yep, Northeastern Huskies. Oh, they were not that great of a team. Northeastern Huskies. This is them right here. So that is a interesting area. They can't go east. They can't go north. They can't go northeast. So anything east or north is not going to count. And that we'll have to respin, and they will go northwest, which that's going to put them up against Boston College. So Northeastern against Boston College. First of all, we got to make sure that they are on the simulation. Which they are. So Northeastern and Boston College, they will definitely be on the simulation. Yep, right here. Home court advantage for Northeastern. Submit. And Boston College wins by 15. So Boston College will get all of Northeastern's land. And it looks like it extends a bit up here. I'll lower this down, that way I can properly color in stuff. But Northeastern is eliminated from Imperialism. Sorry to all Northeastern fans out there, but that's just the rules of Imperialism. Not going to win them all. This is a little chunk of land. This is going to be interesting to see if anyone could really pick up some steam in this New England region. There's so many teams out here. There you go. Boston College picks up a decent little part of land. So we got to get rid of Northeastern. They are gone. And I believe this is over 300 teams, by the way. So this is not going to be a short series. This is going to take forever. Detroit Mercy Titans, which I believe they are right here. I believe that's Detroit. Yeah, that's Detroit Titans. And they have some teams around them. Cannot go east. But, they are playing against Toledo. I thought that was Michigan for a second. Detroit Mercy against Toledo. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Detroit. And then Toledo. Where are you? Here we go. Toledo. Detroit Mercy does get home court advantage. Does Detroit win? They do not. Toledo wins, and Toledo, which this game never was tied. Toledo led all the way. Toledo will just get a little chunk of land, not that big of a chunk. But still, you gotta start from somewhere. So Toledo with an easy expansion of land, as they take over literally just one county in Michigan, or one county extra in Michigan. But you gotta start from somewhere. So Toledo moves on. Detroit Mercy is gone. Next team to play in Imperialism is Lipscomb Bisons, which I don't know exactly where they're at. I believe I've seen the logo before. I think this might be it, but gotta look up Lipscomb. I think that is it. Or Belmont, that's in Nashville. Like Belmont isn't on here, but Lipscomb is. They're right next to Middle Tennessee State, which is right there. So Nashville. So yeah, interesting how Belmont isn't here, but that's okay. Lipscomb, they have a decent amount of land that they can go after. There's this AP team, which Austin, PA. I don't know why. I don't remember that. The team that they will be going up against those in Northeast, which is Vanderbilt. So they will be taking on Vanderbilt in their first matchup of Imperialism, and maybe their last, depending on if they can win. Which I would be concerned, because Vanderbilt, I believe, is a decent team. I don't know about now. We will see. Lipscomb, it's not going to be that too much land, and Vanderbilt does win by 10. You can see it was kind of a close back and forth game, but at the last minute, Vanderbilt just kind of took off, and Lipscomb could not score. So Vanderbilt will get a small chunk of land. Not too big, but not too small. You pick up a couple counties in Tennessee to take over. Congrats to Vanderbilt. I apologize to any Lipscomb fans out there. I know you're out there. You may not watch this video at all, but still apologies. And congrats to Vanderbilt. But yeah, like I said, both part 1 and part 2, I know it really doesn't matter me saying this now, but both part 1 and part 2 are going to be out probably later in the day today. I'm just tired and probably not going to really worry about getting them to upload or schedule for upload right now. But let's move on to the next Imperialism team. It is going to be the Maine Black Bears, which I believe there's only one team in Maine. Yeah. This is a decent chunk of land, actually. And the only place they can go is New Hampshire. So, well, they could go south and play against Boston College, but that really wouldn't make sense geography-wise because they're going to have to cross the ocean. So, they're going to be playing against the University of New Hampshire no matter what. We don't need to spin Maine against New Hampshire. Hopefully, both teams are on here. Maine and then New Hampshire. New Hampshire. If Maine wins, then they will just expand on top of their pretty good chunk. Well, both teams have good chunks of land. And New Hampshire gets the 2-point win. And since it was 14-14 or 15-15, they never looked back. New Hampshire will pick up a decent chunk of land, more than what they had. That is a good win for New Hampshire, as they will take over Maine's pretty big chunk of land. And that's imperialism. Your chunk of land that you start off with, all of a sudden, bang, you lose it. So apologies to all Maine fans. I've never heard of Maine, I admit. I'm a basketball fan, but I'm not that big of a basketball fan. I'm more of an NBA fan, and I watch Northwestern play. That's my college team that I watch. And then again, I know I've talked about this quite a bit. Two things. One, make sure you subscribe to NattyKash because he's the one that gave me the inspiration to record this series. Like I said, all of his videos for Imperialism will will be linked, and his channel will be linked to all videos, and I will make sure I shout him out and give him his credit for doing these videos, because he is the one that really inspired me to do this series. So thank you, NattyKash. And then also, I can't remember what else I was gonna say. That's how tired I am. So, but I am determined to get this second video done. I think I already mentioned this in an episode, but I will be buying the winner. I'll be buying the team T-shirt on Amazon. So, and I want to do this for football as well. That's another team. Okay, so New Hampshire expands. They get a decent chunk of land. But look at how many schools we still have to do. So that's why this is going to take a while. And Texas Tech, they are still the biggest land, but New Hampshire is starting to fight for the biggest land that they've added. But Kansas State, that is going to be a good game if they play against each other. But Maine is done. New Hampshire moves on. And the next team to play is going to be the UAB Blazers. UAB is right here, surrounded by a decent amount of teams. Quite a few teams that I do not recognize either. And they will be going to the northeast slightly, which is going to put this up against here. I think this is Alabama A&M. I will have to check. Yeah, Alabama A&M. So UAB, Alabama A&M. Let's go. Assuming it's just going to be UAB on here. I guess not. University of Alabama, Birmingham, is that on here? Okay, well, guess we're not going to be able to do UAB. I don't know why UAB is not on here. Why is UAB not on here? That's a Division 1. Oh my gosh, it's right in front of me. Alabama, Birmingham. Tell you I'm tired. Or Alabama A&M, not Alabama, Birmingham. Okay. Court. Simulate who will get the win, and it is UAB by 19. It got close, pretty close at one point, 30 to 29, but it got close again. It was like a 3-point game, but UAB took full control at the end of the game, and they will pick up a small bit of lands. Not too big, but a decent amount to take over here in this video. So I know I said I wanted to do my best to keep the state borders, but that's kind of gone out of the window. Besides, state borders won't really make a difference when you get to the end. And the same thing with the counties. The counties, most of them are gonna stay where the central logo is, but a lot of them are gonna disappear outside of where the main logo is. That's one other aspect I'm gonna have to pay attention to make sure that, because some colors are similar, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm in the right team. And all unless you're by an ocean, all angles are gonna be from, like, let's say the arrow points northwest for UAB. I'm gonna go from the actual logo, not from where the tip of land is, from the actual logo. And if it gets too tough and we need to use actual land, then I will do the actual land. But yeah, so UAB expands. Alabama A&M is done. A&M Bulldogs, goodbye. And next team. The next team is Prairie View, A&M Panthers. We got them last episode, I believe. I believe they didn't play, or I believe they weren't challenged. So they I don't know what. Yeah, they. Yeah, I don't know. They have some teams now. If they can, do not have a chance to play against Baylor. But if they can beat, I'm assuming it's a South Texas University, they can beat them, then they could have a chance to play against Baylor. But they have to play against Texas A&M first. So, Prairie View A&M. Nope, not this. Go to Arrow. Where will they play to take over land? Northeast, which is going to be Texas A&M. Part of it will hit Texas A&M. So Texas A&M against Prairie View A&M. The A&M's going at it. I believe Prairie View A&M is on here, if I remember correctly. Prairie View, I'm assuming that's what it is. And then Texas A&M. Texas A&M. Court advantage for Prairie View. Will Prairie View be able to pull off the upset? No, 19-point win for Texas A&M. At one point, Prairie View was leading actually to start the game, but then it quickly turned in favor for Texas A&M. So apologies to all Prairie View A&M. Your hard-earned land at the beginning has disappeared, as Texas A&M will take over your land, and I believe that is the first team to lose their land that they took over in Imperialism, I believe. It's gonna be tough. That's good. So again, apologies to Prairie View A&M fans, but I don't know how far you thought your team was going to get. Prairie View beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi. That's who they beat. Just kind of outlining. I don't want to go too far into that STU. Man, I don't think that STU team, which I think is South Texas, I don't think they're going to win a game, but got to be careful just in case. Yeah, congrats to Texas A&M. They now control a decent amount of South Texas. So Prairie View will be eliminated from Imperialism. Next spin is going to be San Jose State. So we're going on to the West Coast now. San Jose State, which it's a small bit of land, but it's right here. This is San Jose State. They can't go west, but they can go northwest, southwest, a lot of places. They could potentially be playing 5 different teams. Stanford, St. Mary's, this team, Fresno State. I think it's Cal Poly, but spin the wheel, and they are going southwest. Is that a team? It is. So it's the CP team. I think it's Cal Poly, but I could be wrong. Oh, also this map is a good map. It shows where a lot of universities are, and it is going to be Cal Poly. So, San Jose State against Cal Poly for a decent amount of land. Oops, not Santa Clara. San Jose State, and then Cal Poly. Cal Poly. Home court advantage for San Jose State. Nice little play here, and San Jose State does take the victory over the Mustangs. So that is a nice little chunk of land that San Jose State will be able to improve on in California. So A nice victory for San Jose State. Sorry to all the Cal Poly fans out there. Your team was not strong enough quite yet to take on San Jose State. I wonder if this is. I don't think they've played each other. I don't think they play each other, but if they do, then I think that's a good rivalry because of their location. Pretty close location. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this video. I'm having fun. I don't know if you guys are having fun. It could be boring for you guys, which I apologize, but I don't have the most entertaining voice or the most entertaining jokes. But yeah, I'm having fun. Hope you guys are having fun. Hopefully you guys are having fun, as I just completely butchered that drawing. That's okay. At the end of it, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But San Jose State moves on, and Cal Poly will be eliminated from this if they are on here, and it does not look like Cal Poly is on here. So next spin. It is going to, looks like we have an SEC, Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee will be on here, and it's not a big chunk of land as I thought. Or not as big of I'm tired, guys. I can't speak correctly. But Tennessee will be attacking the Southeast, which is going to be this team. I don't know exactly what that team is, but we will find out pretty quickly. So we get over to Tennessee, and it is Western Carolina. Interesting. So Western Carolina against Tennessee. I'm assuming Tennessee's going to win this one, but we got to check it anyways, especially since Tennessee's going to have the home court advantage. Tennessee against Western Carolina. It's cool to see all these little teams and me getting to know these small school teams. I don't know if they're small. And as expected, Tennessee took over. It was close for like the first 5 minutes, but then, wasn't a factor. So Tennessee will take over a decent chunk of land over Western Carolina's land. So congrats to Tennessee. You will move on and expand your land. Apologies to any Western Carolina fans out there. Don't know how many of you are out there, and I don't know how many of you are going to actually be watching this video, if any. But apologies to your team for your team's loss. Tennessee rightfully expands. And it's going to be cool to see all the SEC teams, how big their land can get, and if we could somehow have an upset. One of these small schools does it, and that'll be amazing. Don't know if that's going to happen, but it would be pretty cool. But Tennessee does expand, and when you zoom out, you can see how little that expansion looks. I mean, Texas Tech is the only team that really has expanded huge on this list. And we'll go to Western Carolina if they're on here, which they are on here. Catamounts. So some teams are on here, some teams aren't. Next team in the attack and imperialism is going to be Murray State. Let's see if Murray State's on here. They are. Just wanted to make sure. Another small area of land, and they have some areas that they can attack. Let's see where they will be attacking. They will be attacking to the northeast, that is the Evansville Aces. So Missouri Valley Conference action right now. That's actually a giant chunk of land that Evansville has. See if Murray State can take it over, or if Evansville will defend their land. Murray State right up against Evansville. Murray State does have the home court advantage, so this is going to be tough. And it will go to Murray State. So Evansville will lose their beginning land. They didn't really earn that land, but Evansville does, or Murray State does. Let me make sure Murray State did win. Yeah, okay, I just wanted to make sure. So congrats to Murray State. You move on. You get a nice little chunk of land to start off your imperialism run. And apologies to all Evansville fans. I know they have a decent chunk because they play in the Missouri Valley Conference, which is a decent conference for basketball and for volleyball. But congrats to Murray State. You slowly are going to expand. We'll see how far you can expand. And again, that is not that big on the map, but you got to start from somewhere. Evansville, sorry all Evansville fans, you are done. Evansville Purple Aces. Next team to attack is going to be the Rice Owls. I believe Rice is in Texas. I thought Rice was in Texas. Hold on, are they south? Okay, maybe I'm off. Where's Rice at? Rice. They are in Texas. They're next to Houston. Well, it looks like Rice is not on here. Interesting. Okay. Well, looks like we're gonna have to respin. Again, some teams are not not all teams are on here. I know NattyKash, he did add on extra teams, but I don't have that great of a skill to do that. And looks like Middle Tennessee is going to be the next attacker. They are in it. They're next to Vanderbilt. We'll see if they can attack Vanderbilt or UAB. So they're next to two people that have expanded. We will see if they can move on and attack those two. But we got to see where they go. They will be attacking to the southeast, which is, I believe this is Chattanooga. I remember that correctly. Middle Tennessee, yeah, that is Chattanooga. So Chattanooga against Middle Tennessee State. Middle Tennessee State will have the home court advantage. Chattanooga home court advantage simulates, and it goes to Middle Tennessee by 4. That was a close game. Looks like Chattanooga was leading, but then they gave it up. Probably with about 10 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. But Middle Tennessee will move on. They get a decent chunk of land, and now they are a little bit vulnerable as they have UAB next to them. But congratulations to Middle Tennessee. You are moving on. And apologies to all of Chattanooga. You are ending your run early. But we have a nice little expansion between some of these teams, and that's what's going to happen eventually. You're going to start to see a lot more expansion than new teams playing. But like I said, again, all credit goes to NattyKash for this idea. And I'm going to keep reiterating this because he inspired me for this video. He deserves all the credit in the world for this. All of his channel, his link to the playlist for his series will be in the description of every single one of these videos of the series. So hopefully you guys enjoy my series, and hopefully you enjoy his series. I definitely recommend checking out his series first, or not first, but along with this. He's a little bit further ahead. Stonehill Skyhawks. That is a team that I'm definitely going to have to search up where they play because I have never heard of them. Stonehill. Where are they at? Oh, they're up in there. I don't think they are on here. Because I think this is Brown. They're by Boston College. No. Okay, so we're going to have to respin that wheel, and then we will... Oh, jeez, I did it again. We will have to remove them and respin. So the next team is going to be the Colorado Buffaloes. That actually is a... How much land do they have? Well, they don't have too big of a land, but they have decent amount, but they could challenge Texas Tech. This could be a big matchup. If they could beat Texas Tech, then that would be a huge chunk of land that Colorado will take over, or Texas Tech will expand their empire. But we have to see who will Colorado play. They will not be attacking Texas Tech. They will be going west. That is against, it is BYU. Yeah, BYU. I almost said Yale, but that's BYU. So BYU against Colorado. Colorado will be the home team. Colorado against BYU. Might be Brigham Young on here. No, they're BYU. Okay. Home court advantage. Simulate. And BYU does sneak the upset, a 5-point win. And looks like BYU led the entire way. They never gave up the lead once. So BYU will slowly expand their empire. East. Ooh, that is wrong color. I must have clicked on the border color. The county color, not the border color. BYU does expand east, and now they become a vulnerable to Texas Tech. This is going to be an interesting one. I believe Texas Tech is a powerhouse compared to BYU in basketball. Football, I think it would be a lot closer, but yeah. Now, I will say in terms of arrow, well, I mean, actually for the arrow, if you're going southeast, you're gonna hit Texas Tech. Never mind. You know what I was about to say. But BYU does expand a little bit. They have a little decent expansion, as Colorado will be going off the board. BYU gets their expansion. Next team to attack is the Samford Bulldogs, which I don't know why I go here when I don't know exactly where the team plays. Samford Bulldogs. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Sorry, I just want to make sure. They are going to potentially be attacking UAB, Samford Bulldogs, right here. This could be a big change of events. Samford against UAB, or not against UAB. We got to see what Arrow is. Sorry, ahead of myself, and they will not be fighting against UAB. They will be going Southwest, which unfortunately that's going to put them up against Alabama. I'm going from the logo. That is Southwest to Alabama. So Samford against Alabama. Samford will get the home court advantage. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make, but we will see. Samford against Alabama. Home court advantage submits. And Alabama, it was close. Alabama led the entire way, but it was close. Samford will unfortunately end their run before it gets started. And Alabama will take control of a small bit of land in Alabama and start their conquests to imperialism. Congrats to Alabama. Sorry to Samford. I know it wasn't an easy first round matchup and probably would have wanted UAB over Bama, but yeah, so Alabama slowly is expanding in Alabama. But once again, Kansas State and Texas Tech are the biggest areas of land, but mainly Texas Tech. So, sorry, Samford, you are done. Next. So we have 221 teams left. And Purdue, Fort Wayne Mastodons. Are they in here? They are. They're right here. So they do not have an easy slate besides potentially. Oh, hold on. What is this yellow team doing right here? What is this yellow? I don't know what that yellow is supposed to be. I'm gonna give that yellow to Toledo, or I'm gonna give that to Toledo because I don't know exactly what that is doing there. Okay. Purdue, Fort Wayne, where will they be going? Attacking? They will be attacking to the north, slightly northwest, which is going to put them up against Western Michigan. No doubt about that. If it was straight north, they would have still gone against Western Michigan. So Purdue, Fort Wayne against Western Michigan. Time to see if they have Purdue, Fort Wayne in this simulation. Again, cannot do the ABCs correctly. Purdue, Fort Wayne. They do have Purdue, Fort Wayne. And then they're going to be going up against Western Michigan. Stop. They don't have Western Michigan here and here. Oh, they do. Okay. Western Michigan has Purdue, Fort Wayne. Simulate this. And Purdue, Fort Wayne beats Western Michigan. That might be an upset. Purdue, Fort Wayne kind of led after probably about the 10-minute mark of the first half. It was actually a blowout win. So Purdue, Fort Wayne will expand their territory into Michigan. So that is possibly the first biggest upset of the series, because this is a lot of land for this team that might not be the best. So, yeah. So, congrats to Purdue, Fort Wayne. Sorry to Western Michigan and Western Michigan fans. You were probably hoping you could have made some sort of run. But Purdue, Fort Wayne does move on. Western Michigan is out. Western Michigan Broncos, goodbye. Next team, we're approaching the 50-minute mark, so I'll probably only get a few more. In Montana Grizzlies. Okay, this might be the biggest state of land. I believe that's Montana. I believe this is Montana. Because this is Montana State. I'll have to look up. I'll have to kind of drag. But this could be the biggest area of... See, they don't really give me... But it's red. I'm assuming this is Montana, the Montana Grizzlies. So we will see where they will be attacking. They will be attacking to the southeast, which is going to be Montana State. Oh boy, this is officially going to be for the biggest landmass of the state of the series so far, and this will be the bragging rights for Montana. So Montana State against Montana. Who could have predicted that? But Montana will get the home court advantage. Montana against Montana State. Home court goes to Montana. I believe Montana State dominated Montana, and Montana State does win by 9. So it was a close game, and then Montana kind of broke away with it. So Montana will keep their big land, and they will expand even more into and take control all of Montana and take the bragging rights away from Montana University. That is a nice upset that is a nice win for the state of Montana. Let me make sure I get this big so I can really fill this out. Not mean to really infringe on Idaho's land right there, but it's bound to happen. Alrighty, so Montana, they have officially taken over, I believe, for the most landmass. It's still close, but I think Montana does have the lead. So Montana will be gone. Let me make sure that Montana... Okay. And next we will have the Brown Bears, which I believe... by Providence. Hold on, let me... Brown Bears. Yeah, so they're by Providence. Actually, right next to Providence. So let us over here. Here's Providence, and there's Brown. So Brown is right there. They could actually take over Boston College's land if they go east or northeast or north. And they will be going slightly northeast, which that'll definitely be Boston College. So Brown against Boston College. Chance for another potential land upset. I'm happy that we have 2 Bs. That way I don't have to scroll back and forth between these between 2 different letters. Boston College. Brown does get home court advantage, but I don't think that's going to be enough to dethrone Boston College. But it is. Brown does win. Oh my gosh. I underestimated Brown's ability to win. So Brown will... Oh, that's a thick... Brown will begin their expansion pretty early. Their first a chance to attack, and they get it done against Boston College. So congratulations to Brown. You get your first piece of land. That just looks like someone's flipping off. Congratulations to Brown. Sorry to Boston College, but your run is over. It was a short run for Boston College, but apologies, and Brown moves on. So Brown will move on. Boston College will be done. Ooh, hold on. Don't want to mass delete anything. Boston College, apologies, but you are done. Next team. Looks like we're probably going to be able to do two more attacks. UC Irvine Aggies. Definitely going to have to look them up. I believe they're in California. UC Irvine. They're right here. So let's zoom out. And zoom down. So there are two UCs. So I'm going to have to look up which one's which. UC Irvine Aggies. Images. So that is done. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So this is UCR. They could be taking over, or they could be playing against the big UC, which I'm gonna have to figure out which that UC is because I have no idea what that UC is. Southwest. That is no. Well, I mean, that's technically USC. So we're gonna be doing USC against UC Irvine. It's technically part of USC's land, so UC Irvine. UC Irvine will get land, or we'll get home court advantage. We'll see if that makes a difference. This could be another big upset. Submit. And UC Irvine does it. They upset the Trojans, and it was close at the beginning, but UC Irvine really took off. What an upset. And that is a ton of land for UC Irvine to collect this early in the video, or this early in the series. Unbelievable for UC Irvine. And for USC to just falter in a big game, there goes your land. Your land that you needed, that you worked for. It's gone. And now that is going to put a target on UC Irvine because of their land expanding, but I think them beating USC is a huge upset. I think that is possibly the biggest upset of the series so far. And I know I keep going back and forth with big upsets, but I'm serious. That could be our biggest upset of the series so far. But man, at the very end, that's why you got to watch the entire video to see what happened. Because we are only going to do one more simulation, or one more attack, and we don't know what else can happen. Let me lower this down so I don't cut off any more logo. Apologies to UNLV fans for me cutting off some of your logo. But man, what an upset. And I counted them out. Congrats to UC Irvine. If you're a USC fan, you have to be devastated. There we go. So UC Irvine expands. Just unbelievable. And for one, real quick before I do the last attack, for Washington and SU, I don't know what SU is considered here. If Washington, well, we're gonna. I don't. And there is Hawaii too. When we get to it, I'll think of it. But UC Irvine survives. USC is out. Unbelievable. That is a pretty big school to go out early. And our last attack of the video is going to be the Stanford Cardinals, which we're going to keep it on the West Coast. This is a small sliver of land that Stanford has, but they have it. And they will be expanding to the southeast, and that is San Jose State. So this is another chance for land to go in favor of another school, or will San Jose State just control a little bit more of western of the coast? So Stanford, again, can't learn my ABCs. Here we go, Stanford, and then they're going up against San Jose State. Here we go. Home court advantage for Stanford. Submit. The Stanford win. They don't. And then San Jose State wins by 2. And it was beginning there's a difference. So San Jose State will expand slightly to end the video. Wow. So apologies to San Jose or to Stanford. But San Jose State will pick up the win in this one. So not too big of an expansion for San Jose State, but they need to take out the little school before they get to the big schools. Let me make sure it was Stanford or San Jose State, and it was. So after 2 episodes of NCAA Basketball Imperialism, this is the map. So I would have to say Montana State now has the biggest landmass controlled of the series, but we have had some nice upsets. We've had some small schools expand, but we have a ton of schools left because this. Let's remove Stanford. We did not remove Stanford. It's 216 total schools left, and some of them might not even be on here, so we could have more. As if you look at all of these teams, there's a ton of teams up here, but I'm going to get excited for when Montana has to play against like Wyoming or North Dakota, or Texas Tech's going to have to play against New Mexico or Kansas State. I'm excited for this expansion, and also I'm going to think of on my own time what I'm going to do for this section of Hawaii and SU and Washington. I might get rid of it completely, but we will see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, make sure you check out NattyKash's channel for his playthrough. Like I said, all of this idea is his credit. It inspired me to make my own version. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take care, stay safe, and peace.